Isabella Del Pioligo, and this is my presentation on what we have learned from Chapter 1 through 7 in Computer Literacy 101. So I'll start with Chapter 1. The impact of digital technology can be seen in almost every aspect of modern day life. We see it every single day through our computers. We see the impact in the evolution of computers and how they've evolved in the last 20 to 30 years, jumping from big blocky ones to some that can fit into our modern new ones that can fit into your pocket. On the first generation computers that came with vacuum tubes, the second generation ones that then replaced them with transmitters, which were reliable and cheaper. Some components of them are still even used in modern day computers just because of how great they were. We started to implement both vacuum and tubes and transmitter device and called them integrated circuits when we launched the third generations of computers. This packed thousands of vacuum tubes and transmitters into the chip the size of a thumb, leading us to our modern day version of computers that have microprocessors. Now, what are microprocessors? A microprocessor is essentially the brain of the computer. A chip that contains a central processing unit. Microprocessors were even faster and smaller and less expensive than their previous counterparts, which were integrated circuits. It's amazing that in less than 100 years, we as a society has been able to develop this sort of technology to this extent. But although it is amazing that we were able to to progress this far, there is a very, very large digital divide between people that are having access to modern day technology and those who aren't accessing modern day technology. Because since some people are without access, it limits educational and career opportunities for a lot of different people all around the world, particularly in underserved communities. But at the same time, growing concern and at the same time, growing concerns about privacy, cybersecurity, and ethical use of data continue to be questions that are hot topics, especially when we get into topics such as AI. On a more positive note, computers have increased inclusivity through accessibility tools like screen readers, voice recognition, and adaptive devices, empowering people with disabilities to participate more fully into society. As computers continue to evolve, they also open a door for a wide range of different career opportunities, such as ranging from software development and IT support to data analysis. Preparing for future in technology involves building the professional online presence, earning certificates, and staying up to date on emerging trends within the tech field. Overall, computers have become an essential part of modern day society, offering powerful tools to improve lives, which are also challenging us to ensure equal access and responsible use from everybody. Now, moving on to the web. The web, which is often confused with internet, is actually a separate but related concept. A helpful way to understand the difference is to think of the internet as a foundation, a global network of interconnected computers, while the web, or as it's also referred to as the World Wide Web, is like the filling that sits on top of that foundation. The web is a vast collection of web pages that are stored and accessed through the internet. Understanding how the web works is essential for anyone who wants to make the most out of it. Now, what are web pages and websites? Web pages and websites are powerful tools for sharing information all around the world. A website is a collection of related web pages grouped under one domain, making it easier to find specific topic even if you don't know the exact page name. While the web also plays a major role in e-commerce, but I'll get more into that later, where businesses and consumers conduct buying and selling the goods of services online. E-commerce websites provide a virtual storefront that allows users to browse, compare, and purchase products from anywhere in the world, often adding convenience and efficiency. Additionally, the web is an essential resource for online research, with search engines, academic databases, and digital libraries. Users can find and evaluate information such as verifying credibility, accuracy, and bias to ensure the sources are trustworthy. And by understanding this, the web, and using it efficiently, users can take full advantage of its both educational and commercial benefits. And then on to hardware and processes. There are many different types of hardware, but in most cases, hardware devices have more than one use. For example, a laptop can receive inputs, display output, and store data and connect to the internet to facilitate communication. The components residing within your computer are also considered hardware. These components help translate data translate data into information, provide storage, and control the device's memory. Input devices give instruction to a computer. An example of this would be a keyboard, where you're typing into the computer. So you're creating that input for then that computer to display. You're giving it essentially a command. Inputs are commands, while output devices, on the other hand, deliver information from the computer to the user. An example of this would be whenever you play music on a speaker, or if you play it through your headphones, your phone or device, or whichever more, is directly outputting something to you. Instead of you giving your computer a command, your computer is giving you something. Maintaining these hardware components is essential for ensuring your computer runs smoothly and lasts longer. Regular cleaning helps prevent dust buildup on fans, vents, and keyboards, which are things that most commonly cause overheating. Using a cooling pad on laptops and surge protectors for desktops can prevent temperature-related damage and protect your computer, your hardware, and processes against a power surge. When necessary, professional repair or restoring the system may be needed. With proper care and maintenance, hardware components remain reliable and effective over time. Now let's move on to operating systems. Before I go into the different kinds of operating systems, let me explain what an operating system is. An operating system is kind of similar to the human brain, as it determines how something is going to turn out. And in this case, that would be devices. It's what allows your device to function properly and helps everything work together. Now there are pretty distinct types of operating systems depending on the device that you use. For example, desktop, desktop and laptop operating systems are designed to help computers and laptops function so that these would be used for devices like Microsoft, Apple, and other computer brands. But just like there are specific systems for computers, there's also one for mobile devices called the mobile operating system. These systems would include iOS and or Android. Each type of device needs its own kind of system to work properly. Now that I've explained to you what they are in the different types, I'll go over how they function. Operating systems, no matter what kind of device you have, whether it's new or old, are always running in the background. They help the computer or device do basic functions like saving files, printing out documents, connecting to networks like Wi-Fi. It also even manages apps and programs. Without an operating system, your device wouldn't know what to do. Now onto software and apps. The word software is also used along with apps and programs. But while apps and programs basically mean the same thing, software is a broader term that means any set of instructions that tell a computer or device how to work. Apps are a type of software that usually need you to interact with them. There are different kinds of apps. There are native apps, which that are made for a specific operating system and are installed right into your device. And then there are web apps that run inside a browser and mobile apps that are designed for phones and tablets. And there's also web mobile apps that don't usually need to be installed. Apps can be for personal stuff like news or social media, while productivity apps can help you create documents, presentations, and spreadsheets. And they're also often bundled into suites like Microsoft Office or Google Workplace that also let you work with others. There are some graphic apps that let you draw, edit photos and videos, or that let you edit photos and or videos. Each kind of app is made to help you get a different type of thing, whether it's for work, fun, or staying connected. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is all about protecting your devices and the data stored from them from the risk of cyber attacks. These attacks can come from many different types of attackers who use malicious software called malware, or trickery known as social engineering to gain access to all of your personal information. But the dangers of technology don't stop there. Using devices also comes with risks, like exposing your private information without permission, physical problems like repetitive strain energy or RSI from too much screen time, technology addiction where users become obsessed with their technology, which is also referred to as an iPad. Cyberbullying through online platforms like social media, with people posting themselves online and then receiving a slew of negative comments, or the environmental damage that is caused by electronic waste or e-ware. To keep yourself and your data safe, it's important to take preventive measures. That includes using strong, unique passwords for every single account and storing them securely in a password manager, adding an extra layer of security like a multi-factor authorization, like how IUP uses the Outlook authorizer in order to make sure that each and every single student's account isn't getting hacked into, or using biometrics such as fingerprints or Face ID, which is used pretty much on everybody's phones nowadays to make sure that nobody would be able to get into their phone. What also can help is to keep your devices updated by playing software patches is the best way to protect against vulnerabilities. Regularly backing up your data means you can restore your device if it's ever infected or compromised. Being aware of and avoiding social engineering scams is also very crucial in this type of field. And on top of digital safety, it's important to practice good ergonomics to avoid any physical discomfort and reduce e-waste by recycling and donating own devices responsibly. Just make sure you reveal all your personal information before you do that, so then your data isn't stolen. Taking these steps can also help not only you protect your technology, but also help you protect your health and the environment. Digital media is any kind of content that you see or hear on a computer or a device. That includes pictures, videos, and music. People use digital media for a lot of different reasons. Mainly, it's for entertainment, such as playing video games, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, etc. They can also use it for whenever they want to watch a movie and just be entertained. Businesses use businesses use digital media mostly in order to advertise their product. Look, like how a lot of influencers will take brand deals so that they can expose their viewers to a bunch of different, so that they can expose to their viewers this type of product that their advertiser is paying them. So then their viewers will then most likely buy it. And digital media is created just whenever somebody uploads something, essentially. Like whenever somebody posts a TikTok or makes an Instagram story or an Instagram post, those are all aspects of how digital media is created because then it's just a network where you see somebody doing it and then you want to do it, and then the whole system is created. Okay, thank you.